Oh yeah, I'm an agripreneur. I I farm, I cultivate rice, yam, cassava, and I also store. Also, that's what I
Wow.
do.
Wow, great to have you, Mr. Joshua from Benue State. So I'm
Thank you.
seeing Marvel based in Lagos. I'm into primary production of poultry products, majoring in egg production. You are welcome, Coach Marvel. Nice to have you with us. So I just want to quickly drop an icebreaker. So this particular webinar, we'll be talking on access to finance, and we know how access to finance is very, very important to agribusiness. So I would like to ask that if you could ask an investor, um, okay, okay, in one word, can someone just, you can type or you can say it in one word, what comes to your mind when you hear the word funding? So, in one word, I just want to hear, you can type in the comment section. What comes to your mind when you hear the word funding? Anyone? What comes to your mind when you hear the word funding? Someone said aid. Okay. I want to see more options. Or let me type it. What comes to your mind when you hear the word funding? One word that comes to your mind when you hear the word funding. Someone said grants. Okay. I want to hear more. Okay, someone said financial support. Another person said capital. What comes, one word that comes to your mind when you hear the word funding? Oh, I need more options. What comes to your mind when you hear the word funding? Just one word. Who is going next? Okay. So I have grants, I have aid, I can see financial support, capital, financial support. That's nice. So financial support again. Okay. That's nice. Okay. So if someone gave you 10 million naira today to invest in agriculture, what would you invest in and why? So let me just type it out. So if someone gives you, let me just type it out. Okay. If someone gave you 10 million naira today to invest in agriculture, what will you
I'm sure
invest in
goodness
and
has
why?
been going to Kini now to that place because they want to do election and everything. They will let
Please,
him.
Ojo, hallelujah. Please kindly unmute your
Ah, ma,
mic. Please kindly unmute your mic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, if someone gave you 10 million naira today to invest in agriculture, what will you invest in and why?
Hello.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
If someone gives me 10 million naira today,
Yes.
I'm going
To
to buy.
invest
Yes,
in your
I'm going to
business.
buy. So my business is food production and processing. So I'm
Okay.
going to buy a dually machine. That's machine that peels beans, soya beans, and rice. If I'm able to buy that machine, it will increase my production capacity. Then I'll be able to serve more customers.
Okay. That's nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Idowu. Is anyone else going? Is anyone, we just want to hear you speak because this particular topic is very, very important, and almost everyone on this call is, the agribusiness, they have they are agripreneurs. So if someone give you 10 million today to invest in, what will you invest in and why? Who is the next going in? If you don't want to talk, you can kindly type in the chat session. Just let us know. Who is going next? This class is going to be more interactive. So we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. Who is going next? What do you think? Everywhere is quiet. Please let us hear you talk. Okay, someone said food. So why did you say food? What's the reason? Ukaya Adetona said food. So why is it food? Please let us hear your point, your reason behind it. I need more options. Just type, you can also unmute your mic and you can as well speak as well. Who is talking? The room is quiet. Okay, she said food is eating all hours and you can never go wrong. That's amazing. That's amazing. Who else supports that? I need more options. I need more views. Just talk. Just give your opinions. Okay.
Good evening.
Oluwas, good evening.
My name
Good
is
evening.
Yusuf Yakubu.
Okay.
I'm joining from
Welcome.
Abuja. Yes.
From where?
From Abuja.
Wow. Welcome, Yakubu from Abuja.
Thank you. So I'm already into poultry farming. I do only broilers.
Okay.
If I should have that 10 million today, I'm going straight into layers production, both point of lay and production of eggs.
Wow.
You know? Yes.
Wow. So why? What's the reason?
Because I believe in poultry business. If you want to expand and move forward, you have to go into layers. Broilers alone is not going to move you forward. And
Wow.
then I have a limited space. With that amount, I can rent a farm and do about 7,000 capacity layers with that 10 million, including the renting and the feeding and everything, you know,
Wow.
and even have at least 1,000 broilers. Here in Abuja, of course, maybe around within town, like within the city, you know.
Wow. That's
Yes.
okay. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Yakubu from Abuja. So
Yep.
somebody's in the comment section said pig feed and meat processing machine, and it to take my business to the next level. Then Coach Mabel,
Yeah.
okay, Coach Mabel said inventory, POC bets and free and feed is a reason to increase production to meet 30% of demand. Wow. Then Ukaya Adetona said food manufacturing and processing because I am a food scientist. Wow, that's nice. Okay. At this point, I'll be handing over to Dr. Ola to take conversation. So you read people speak about if they have access to 10 million naira grants today, and we read a few people talk and what they would invest it in. So sir, please, the floor is yours.
All right. So thank you and well done, Oluwaseun. Confirm if you can all hear me. All right. Okay. So thank you, everyone, and good evening. Happy to have you all here. So just give me a few seconds to actually share my screen. I'm coming. Okay. So share and then presentation mode. Okay. Confirm if you can see my screen. Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, so welcome everyone once again, and thank you for your consistency. For the people that actually join every time, we celebrate you. And trust me, there's a compensation coming. Sheil has just she's letting some cats out of the bag, and very soon, there's a reward for everything. Slowly and surely. Pardon me, I'm seeing something else on my screen. Let me just figure this. Stop sharing. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Pardon me. We'll be fine very soon. Shortly. Sure. All right. Can you see my screen now? All right. Thank you, Shaun. So yes, thank you for your consistency. Like Shaun said, it's actually 1 year now that we started this, and it goes to show that how time flies. Imagine investing so much resources. I can see that again. And Shaun, who is my teammate, and Emmanuel can actually testify to say that so much has gone into this, volunteering, self, and everything, time, and even money. And it's just 1 year. 1 year has 1 year don't work out. We still they carry go. Nobody work out. Nobody go solo. That's just by the way. So thank God, Idowu. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone for your consistency, for your support, emotionally, financially, and every way. Olagboyelawa, I see you. Thank you. Isaac, hello, sir, my mentee, runaway mentee. You never come in a while. I've not seen you in a while. I hope you are fine. I believe you are fine. And then to my esteemed, colleague, and my Oga and colleague, Honor to Honor is due. In person of Rukaya Adetono, thank you very much and welcome. You regret your time here. So kindly drop your sector. Rukaya, drop the sector you actually play in. We will appreciate that. I will still make reference to your business, as time goes on. So to my very esteemed, Mr. Callistos, thank you very much for making out time in our busy schedule to actually be here to support the younger ones. And I'm sure that, as time goes on, I will defer some questions to you to support, because you can't just, come and sit here and then not be beneficial to the younger ones. That's why you actually joined, I know. So let's now go to the meat of the conversation. Access to finance, how to position your agribusiness for financing, and then my own key, achievable goal right now is that how do you build your business, in a bankable way. Rukaya, okay, great. I like that. Food processing, innovation, and food packaging. All right, so it's all about building bankable agribusiness. Investors want to fund. As a business person and as a business consultant, Mr. Callistos is here to bear me witness. And I'm sure there are other colleagues, probably that are in this call as well, on this call. The reality is there is actually enough fund. There is a lot of fund looking for who will take it. Trust me, I can say that again. There's so much fund that is looking for who will take it. But I don't want to go to any controversial talk right now. I will just quickly, rush over the slides because it's actually, let's interact. So, and how do we now build our businesses to make us attract this funding? Thank you. First timer, Oluwase Yawoni, thank you so much for joining. First time, pardon me, let's, take this for now because, it's our 1 year anniversary. So these things, I will still chip them in when I see the messages. All right, so moving on to the slides now. My opening question and reality check, all right, is that why do some agribusiness receive millions in funding while others are rejected repeatedly? So as you can see, most people think, you think, it's not actually validated because you think it's lack of collateral assets. You think, because you don't have political backings or connections. Commercial banks simply dislike agriculture. I was once, in that, for that very one, I was once, a massive, advocate of that. Say they don't like agriculture and likes, but I've actually repented of that conversation right now because that's no longer true for me. It's not my reality anymore, and I want that to change for you as well. All right, so the actual reality, the primary root cause of funding rejection is really the financial institution. All right. As much as possible, try and take notes. You can fall back to it. So the reality is that the primary root cause of funding rejection is rarely the financial institution, is actually poor investment readiness. All right. So let's proceed. Okay. So there's actually something here on Slido that was supposed to, it's supposed to be a question from Slido. Pardon me. It's still active. Okay, let me just quickly log in. Just give me a minute on Slido. I will log in and then you can see what I'm trying to present. Just give me a minute. Pardon me. Just pardon me. I'm trying to reboot my Slido. As soon as I'm done, I'm sure it should allow me. Just give me 1 minute. Pardon me, but it's going to be interactive. It's technical glitch, so I mean apologies for that. All right, so you can begin to chat drop in the chat box. Why do you think agribusinesses get rejected? What is your main reason agribusiness usually gets rejected for funding? What do you think? Your own personal experience, you can drop it so I can now fall back to it. What's your own experience? Let me see if I'm back now. Hopefully it loads now. Okay. It's still trying to, this is my other attempt. If it doesn't work now, I will just, I will just continue without it. Are people typing? Because I can't see right now. I'm off.
Okay, please kindly type. I'm not seeing anyone drop comments.
What is the main reason agribusiness usually gets rejected for funding? Just quickly type. All right, so I think I'm back now. Can we see my screen? Is technology, oh, pardon me, is never envisaged. All right, so let me just go back 1 bit and then do this, and now this. Hopefully, if it doesn't work now, I will just skip. If it doesn't work now, it's loading, it's booting. If it doesn't work, I will just skip. It's supposed to pop up the question and then you can answer, and we all see our responses. That's tech for you. Pardon me. My internet is actually very strong. Apologies, please. And it won't allow me go beyond this stage if it doesn't work. So either you stop working or work. Or I want to see what you're actually seeing so I can have an idea. I think I might have to just. All right, so are people typing?
Yes, sir. People are typing. We have 2 responses now.
Okay, so
the first one is inadequate knowledge and clarity of purpose. Then Lawa Olagboye said poultry farming is not trusted. Please, we need more response. Just drop more response.
Okay, just engage while I'm trying to figure this.
Okay.
I think there are other responses before those ones.
Oh, okay.
Please check.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. So Okay, thank you so much. So let me start from Natalia Ashaye. He said the business ideas are not sustainable. So Ido Fasusi said inadequate of business clarity. Lawa Olagboye says lack of financial evidence, that is records and plans. Then Oluwaseyi Awoniyi says poor record keeping. Mustafa Miriam says presentation of pitch. Okay, nice. Lawa Olagboye said yes, business clarity. He agreed with Saidowu. Then Coach Marvel says bank thinks the risks on poultry farming is high. That's wonderful. Then Ukayat Adetona says inadequate knowledge and clarity of purpose. So Lawa Olagboye says poultry farming is not trusted. Then we have Nathaniel says business ideas are not sustainable. Thank you so much. Rashidat Ademola says lack of financial readiness, unclear business model. That's true. That's true. I agree with that. Please keep dropping your comments. What do you think? What do you think is the main reason agribusiness gets rejected for funds? Let's hear your opinion. Let's hear your thoughts. So, and if you agree with any one other person, you can also let us know. So, sir, we have several comments on that.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
All right. So, can you still see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. So, what I will do, I have to turn off my laptop. I think I have to turn it off. Pardon me. It's just technical glitch. It's just internet, and it's not expected. I mean, we're in Nigeria, so it's unfortunate, but everything is actually working except for the internet. So that's why it's throwing me out. I will just use my phone. All right, so let me just continue. I mean, while I'm trying to reboot my system, I think that will take another 2 minutes. Just pardon me. So you can actually take over from there. So while I actually quickly reboot my system, if that's okay, it's just to restart and then I can join back with my laptop so I can actually present my screen. I wish I had sent this to you earlier so you can actually present for me, but it was on. I didn't envisage that it will happen this way. Let me just try one more.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we have several responses. So while we are waiting for Dr. Ola, I would like to ask one other question. So raise your hand.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you very
all
clearly.
right. So I'm coming back live now. Let's see. All right. So this is actually where we got stuck, but I'll still make attempts. Okay, let's just give it 2 seconds. If it doesn't work, I will not do the question again. Okay, sure, you can go ahead while it's trying to boot. Okay, so it's not working. It's not just working. So let me just go. All right. So do you want to? Would you like to keep asking?
Yes, sir. We have several responses from the question.
All right. So I'll just do this. I just want the thing to work. If it doesn't work now, this will be my last attempt. Pardon me, everyone. I'm actually very, very sorry about this. All right. So obviously it's not working. So no. And then I go to the next slide. All right. So actually, everybody, thank you and pardon me for for this glitch is actually expected. I didn't expect it. All right, so the learning objectives. I mean, now going back to the actual reason why all of you have actually mentioned. Thank you for your contribution. It keeps us, busy while we're trying to fix the old challenge. Now, the learning objective is to understand why, which some of you have mentioned earlier. The financing landscape, navigate the spectrum. Financiers' mindset. They have a mindset as well, and then financial discipline. And I will talk about one of our products which we have built, AgroSuit, which is actually going to help you in record keeping. So these are the objectives of our learning today. All right, and then as we proceed, I would like to confirm whether you actually learned from this or not. So let me now go back to agriculture and money alignment. This seems to actually be two different conversations. All right, there's funding, there's agriculture. So let me see your responses. Maybe not G's if you are still following. Because of the glitch, if you are still with me, let me see not G's. Thank you, Ido. Thank you, everyone. Isaac, thank you. Oluwaseyi, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Pretty much. All right, so we have two. Lawal, thank you, everybody. So Rashida, thank you. We have two worlds, all right? Agriculture and finance, which is investment, all right? So what do farmers need? Farmers need seed and feed. They need labor, logistics, equipment, processing, and technology. And what is investment? What does investors, what do they need? What are they looking for? They are looking for confidence. Begin to write it down. Confidence, risk mitigation clarity. As we are everywhere, there is risk everywhere. I don't want to dwell too much because of I'm sure I'm taking too much time because of the glitch. I don't want to dwell too much on examples. Maybe as time goes on, I know I'm still behind time. I would like to rush a bit, and then I can now balance very soon. Investors, they want confidence, risk mitigation, clarity. For fish, there will be flood. What is your risk mitigant? What have you put in place? They want evidence, verifiable traction, history, bank statements, audited financials. Don't let me jump ahead of myself. Record, transparent accounting, and then cash flow, repayment, and yield certainty. So, now talking about agriculture and money, how do they sync? How do they align? All right. Now, the fundamental mindset. Before now, like I said, everybody has a mindset. Old mindset. Everybody will say, I need money in my farm to grow my operations. I need money. I need money. But the mindset you're actually going to leave this call with is what? If you can open your mic, you can kindly open your mic and let's echo it together. If you can open your mic and let's echo this together.
Okay.
Go ahead, let's echo it. So the fundamental mindset is what?
I need
reliable system before I request money.
Thank you. I need reliable systems before I request money. You understand? Write it down. You understand it later as we proceed. Thank everyone for participating. You can write this growth formula down as well. I will explain more in the slides. We have knowledge, we have execution, we have systems, we have discipline, we have trust, we have finance, and we have growth. All right? Finance comes in almost at the end. Finance is there. Like I said, I know of a fund that's actually in agriculture that is actually $1 billion in Nigeria, seated, looking for who can take it. Now, there are some people that have put structure in their businesses. They are just taking this money anyhow. And there's now a cap to say, we don't want you. We want the younger ones. We want the smaller ones. But the smaller ones, maybe they have knowledge. They don't have the wherewithal to execute properly. And if by chance they can execute, they lack systems. If by accident they have systems, they lack discipline. If by accident they still have discipline, they are not trustworthy. You understand? That's why they don't get the finance for the growth they desire. Are we getting me? So as much as possible, be looking inward. I mean, be talking to yourself truly. That's how can I make this thing different? All right. So the failure pipeline. Be very honest with yourself right now. How unconstructed operations automatically trigger institution funding rejection? Like I said, I know a lot of funds, and my colleague here, Mr. Callistos, and some other colleagues, maybe BDSPs or consultants, we know so much funds that are available sitting for who to receive it. But why? Farmers do not have record. When they say they have record, there's no evidence to back it up. No financial statement, no audited financials. And when you still have all of these things, no business plan. How many of us on this call have a business plan? You can just put maybe a nudge or yes or no. Let's just, share will get back to me, maybe how many respondents, maybe 5 years and 4 no. Share, over to you. How many of us on this call have ever sat down or, to actually draft a business plan for your business? And then what happens eventually is actually rejection. Like I said earlier, the misconception, bank does not support local farmer. The reality is the problem is lack of operational preparation. Lack of what? Operational preparation. That's why a lot of people fail to harness, the actual funding that's available. All right, so now we are moving on. Banks versus investors mindset. Mind the two words. Banks is a separate entity from investor. Banks can actually take investors' money, but investors can actually do a separate pipeline for investing. Let's now go. Bank funds stability. You can type it in the chat box. Bank actually funds stability. They are focused on risk mitigation and guaranteed repayment. Banks are focused on, number one, risk mitigation and guaranteed repayment. We have cash flow, ability to service your debt monthly, capacity, production and operational scale, character, past credit history and track record. If I ask a lot of farmers on this call, how many people are owing OPay or PAMPay or CUDA? Is your credit score green or red? Collateral, secondary repayment purpose, consistency, verifiable year-round yields. Or, how are you going to actually support, the low repayment? Investors are BINOS. Investors for growth. What are they looking for? They are focused on valuation, upside, and market scalability. Investors want to 10x their money. Returns on investment, return on capital, 5 times or 10 times capital appreciation. That's what they are looking for. All right, scalability, high growth potential, market size, execution team, and technology. We're in that age now that without technology, your business can do well, but if it's with technology, it can actually do weller and better. All right. So I'm actually trying to rush, and I will, slow down a bit very soon. Now we have, the funding ladder, which we can all attest to. I have passed through this ladder, and I can actually attest that, this is my own personal experience, and I wrote it down. It might not be reality for some people, but this is actually a very typical ladder for almost everybody. So on the chart now, you can write, where did you get your first funding? Is it from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5? Where did you get your first funding for your agribusiness ever? So the first step is actually personal savings, which is, thank you, Idowu, which is bootstrapping, personal savings. Step 2 is family, friends, and we have fools. They can invest blindly. You don't actually know anything about it. They say, take 2 million, take 10 million. They can, so you now say family, friends, and fools. Pardon the last one. All right. Thank you, Oluwase Yawuni. So step 3 is actually cooperative loans. I belong to a cooperative then. I will tell you that cooperative helped my business to actually grow. 2 lands out of maybe all the lands we have in Ekpe, was bought from cooperative money. When we save like this, I'll say, okay, there's a land to sell. I'll go and meet them. I'll collect money, collect loan, quickly run to the land, buy, and pay back the cooperative seamlessly. Microfinance. I'm sure some of us are actually falling prey of microfinance before. They can tell you fast, they can give you fast credit. They can give you maybe, any amount you want, but the rate per month could actually be a lot. And then commercial banks, development finance institution, private equity, and public, market, which is now going public, like Dangote, GTB, any other commercial, public, people that have actually listed their business on stock exchange. Agribusiness must climb the capital ladder subsequently as maturity increases. Your take home now is that if you have gotten one or two before, how do you belong to a cooperative? Like I always say anywhere I go to, and you can verify my claim, is the fact that I know some African countries that there's money every time. Their experience is not our own experience. So what we are experiencing right now, they are experiencing, they can't comprehend when you say there's no capital, because they are into clusters and cooperatives. Money is actually, people are actually there to give them money 24/7. I know them very well. I've been to 2 or 3 out of all these African countries that there's money waiting and sitting for them, because they're actually all in clusters. All right. And then now breaking into 3 major. Don't forget we are considering agribusiness financing. All right. So we have debt, which is loan and credit. We have equity. So these slides will be available on our Farm to Fortune, platform. So that's why I'm trying to just, I won't be able to read everything because of time. I want to end by maybe 9:05, 9:10 maximum. So we have equity financing. Equity means someone is actually taking a percentage of your business. There will be question and answer time. I'm just trying to pace up because of time. So if we not engage ourselves till maybe later, it's fine. But we shouldn't take too much of our time because it's actually late at night and it's weekend. So number 1, we have debt financing. Number 2, we have equity financing. Number 3, we have blended financing. This is where grants come in. This is where grants come in. They can give you grants, they can give you loan, they can give you, maybe concession to say, okay, we are giving you this infrastructure to be able to support your operation. And as time goes on, you can actually pay back, with goods or with maybe capital or cash, something. All right, so financing model comparison, because I want it to be detailed and thorough as possible. And you're actually free to come back to us. We share our email address. If you need help, feel free to come back to us for any guidance or any support. So we have 3: debt financing, equity, grant, and subsidies. For grant, you are not paying back and you still own your business 100%. What's the cost of capital? It comes at a 0 cost. What's the repayment plan? You don't need to repay. Availability and access, highly competitive and limited. And there are some people, they are good at getting grants. I am one of them. We get support. We get it because Rashidat, my dear, see you there. We are both, you know what I'm saying. Just saying that some people know how to get grants. No matter how competitive, they will get one. I get one, at least one every year. I'm not boasting. I'm just saying that I've learned the art of getting finance, push structure to my business, and that way attract funding. So I am actually in a good position to actually tell you a few of these things. And then they actually want impact and compliance match. Some want, co-matching funds to say drop a certain amount to actually match what we are giving you to support your business. And then, for debt, you own your business, but there's a cost of capital. They are strict, regulation to repayment. High cost, maybe collateral, high cost of capital. Primary requirements is maybe your cash flow and, availability of stock or inventory or different things, all right? So now, the financing pyramid, just a summary of what I've said earlier. Structure your business to move up from personal savings to global impact. We are not just jokers in Farm to Fortune. Obviously, you can see that for 12 consistent months. That means we are not joking. The audience to come consistently. We learn, we interact, you know, likes of Lawai, Idowu, Mrs. Marvel, Ekundayo, Isaac. I mean, I can count on and on and on. And likes of volunteers. So just saying that we are positioning you for global impact, which we are, you know, nearing, or we are probably, you know, on a global scale by prophecy. I hold the mic so I can prophesy as I so wish. All right, so now we are moving from personal savings, agricultural cooperative, microfinance, commercial LPOs, you know, to international impact investors. We have so many of them. Let me shock you. I was with one financier, you know, in an embassy in Nigeria. They invited us investors, I mean, business owners, say, come and meet investors. There's money on ground. Come and just pitch your idea. That day, I mean, I was just like, okay, I need to go and do more work. I mean, there's more work to be done. And she's like, okay, fine. Nice to meet you. I told you about my business. Okay, how much do you need? I said, okay, like maybe between 300K, 500K dollars. And she was like, the least we give is actually $2 million as loan. The least loan we give is actually, I'm like, okay. And then I went back to say, okay, there's more work to be done. So now the same thing goes to you. If you have, I mean, so it's only in Africa, now coming back to Nigeria, that people do business for maybe paying salaries, paying bills, you know, luxury lifestyle. Beyond Africa, people actually do more than this, which is why we're actually now trying to imbibe the same mindset to say we are positioning our business to, you know, global level. And I know that, you know, we can actually achieve this. And I actually wrote this: 3 indispensable pillars for building fundable agribusiness. If you forget anything, you can remember KSA. Write it down. KSA. There are the 3 indispensable pillars for building fundable agribusiness. We have knowledge, knowing what to do. Knowing what to do is actually fundamental. Don't forget, everybody can type KSA. KSA, I won't see everybody typing KSA. Understanding agronomy for anybody planting, market pricing, financial ratio, regulatory standard. We actually help you when you know, you are convinced. Someone come and tell you that it's not possible in Nigeria, you are new in this field, you know, you don't have this, you know, like you know your name. That is what you actually want to do. You know, that's number 1 thing. Number 2 is now the skill. Thank you for your response, everyone. Thank you for actually engaging. I can see everybody typing. Thank you, everyone, for engaging. That means I'm not alone. Now, the skills, ability to execute. Inyabo has been saying a lot. The founder of Acumen, you know, and some other organizations, he's been saying a lot recently. Go and watch Inyabo on Instagram or several platforms. You can see him, LinkedIn. He said that, you know, businesses are more like they are subconsciously, not as, but, you know, by nature, positioned to fail. It is now you, with your knowledge, skill, and attitude, that you have to make it work at all costs, defying all odds. The reason why I said this is because of the operation execution. Operational execution matters a whole lot. Someone actually said, I mean, it's just, you know, we, and it's recorded. That means, you know, we can still share. That it is easier to control 500 cows than to control 20 human beings. We laughed that day. And I thought about it to say, you know, by the way, you can think about it. Staff management, yield optimization, and record keeping is a skill. All right, we still get to discover that as time goes on. Lastly, attitude, discipline, and consistency. You can be disciplined, but not be consistent. Like, you know, what's it called now? I've forgotten the name, you know, of the book. I'll remember shortly on this call. He said that to form habits, you actually need 21 days of doing something repeatedly. If you do it repeatedly for 21 days, chances are that it will become part of you naturally. Some people are early risers. Some people are actually late, you know. I mean, they can work into the night. I think I fall into that category. I like to work into the night, sleep in my mornings. Just saying. So now, Integrity. Thank you, Atomic Habits. Yes, I mean, so financial integrity, loan repayment commitment, and long-term vision. Commitment and attitude, I mean, they are almost the same thing. When you are committed, you have to carry a good attitude. Without all these three pillars aligned, securing long-term capital remains impossible. All right? So now, there's now two things, literacy and discipline. Don't forget, you know something is actually different from the fact that you're willing to do it. Knowledge alone fails. Don't forget. Most farmers already know basic concepts. I know you know revenue, you know expenses, you know profit, you know interest rates. Yet, the majority still misuse funds and fail bank evaluations. I will tell you on this call, I'm a mentor, I'm a judge, I'm a consultant on several projects in and outside Nigeria, Africa, outside, I mean, globally. When we see or we request for some, maybe people's bank statements, we look for detail as small as, you know, imagine commingling. I think I put it on this slide as well. You are mixing your account with your personal account, private account, you are eating shawarma, Uber, you know, and it's not defined. It shows you lack financial discipline, and we can turn you down. It's actually part of our rubrics to scale, you know, any application that people actually apply for. So what's the gap? Knowledge informs the mind, but discipline changes behavior. Knowledge informs your mind, but discipline, perpetual action, doing the right thing, changes the behavior. So financiers fund behavioral consistency, not theoretical understanding. They know you know. You have knowledge, you open a bank account, but you are not disciplined enough. That means you can't pay back my loan in 30 days. I stand here boldly, maybe very few scanty loans, but the major loans I've taken in Nigeria, I've repaid them 100% with interest. We owe no man, like the Bible said, owe no man nothing. All right. So it's consistency, is your behavior that will actually help you scale, you know, from personal savings bootstrapping to actually getting institutional funding. Let me now begin to rush because of my time. So now, financial success formula. Don't forget, knowledge, skill, and attitude equal to financial literacy, which is also financial discipline, which now lead you to financial credibility, and now give you financial access, and now take you to the heights you desire in your business. Let me take it again. Knowledge, skill, and attitude gives you literacy. Now you know. You have to now be disciplined before you can now be credible to assess the funding you need to actually scale your business. Financial access is now the direct result of consistent financial behavior over time. Like I said, if you can take maybe head count on this call, people are still owing OP, CUDA, easy back. You have changed the SIM, you have broken it. But GSR, Lawa is smiling. Global standing instruction, you can type it on Google or ChatGPT, you can write it there, they will catch you. GSI, global standing instruction, as they are signing on the bank or your NIN or BVN, they can track you, that's why at a point, people that took, nicer COVID loan, they were repaying last year, even more than the interest rate, and they are now, just in that global standing instruction is actually a thing that you should actually be conscious of. I know all this is because I'm a consultant, and then, it's actually operational, fully operational in Nigeria. Let me now move on again. Financial discipline pipeline. Number one is income, budget, record keeping, savings, investment, repayment. Helps you to build your credit history. You can now access money to the tune you want to access it for. Discipline compounds over time. You can chat, you can write in the chat box. Discipline compounds over time. Savings is discipline. Investment is discipline. Repayment, when the time comes, at that time you are planning to pay salary. Now you want to pay lump sum rent, loan. You say, let me keep this loan, they won't catch me. Discipline compounds over time. Thank everyone for typing. creating an unshakable institutional credit profile. If I'm to check our credit history, who will not be defaulting? That's the take-home question for ourselves. And now, we have 5 C's of credit. We have character, we have capacity, we have capital, we have collateral, and we have conditions. You can quickly screenshot because of our time. And like I said, we make this available on Farms Fortune platform for you to download. I'm almost, behind time. So we actually, still have time for question and answer. So we can actually, thank everyone for typing here. So the 5 C's of credit: character, capacity, capital, collateral, and conditions. What banks see versus what you ask. This is us now. Shane has asked a question. I will still go back to Shane's question and then the response. There's something waiting for you guys. People are actually going to wait for the last instruction before we leave this call. What bank sees versus what you ask. You will go to any banker or any bank to say, I need 50 million naira to expand my farm. A typical us. I'm part of us. So it's not you, it's we. I need 50 million naira to expand my business. It's actually a normal thing everybody will say. But bank, the risk department will say, where are your last 3 years of audited records? Where are your formal off-taker agreements or sales agreements? Where are your historical customer purchase invoices? Where is your detailed monthly cash flow repayment model? All right? So imagine that what he just said elicited 4 major questions. They will now begin to ask for evidence. It could take time, but if you have it, the 50 million naira will land in your account because you have all of these things ready. Now, the recap is that emotions sell produce, evidence buys credit. If you forget anything, number 1, don't forget KSA. Number 2, don't forget that emotions. Come help me buy chin. My fish is dry. I smoke it. You're my church member. We pray the same, religion way. They will buy. But evidence, now they buy credit to no be they say, where is the evidence? Track record. Risk will now approve your funding. They will take some other evidence and they will now give you the money you actually desire for. Don't forget, number 1, KSA, 5 C's of credit. Emotions sell produce, evidence buys credit. To say that you buy credit with something, evidence is the thing you need to buy credit. And now, for us, people that actually, so for people that actually doing maybe 2-cycle businesses, maybe some product as well, maybe over time, you can now begin to do something monthly. But you need to be able to have a way, inflow, to be able to pay back or repay monthly repayment. That's why we always say cash flow is king. Before, we used to say cash is king. But now we have changed the mantra to say cash flow is king. Cash is 50 million naira in your account. All right. Imagine now a project to say you have a capex, capital expenditure of 40 million naira. You now have 10 million, you pay salaries, you pay rent, everything gone. But cash flow says you are generating 4 million naira monthly from sales. At least you can pay me back my 500K monthly because from your sales, you can make profits and then you can be able to repay my loan conveniently. Like a typical example, poultry farmer. Now, cash is not profit. I'm sure you know by now. You can ask questions later. And profit is not cash. A poultry farmer sells 5,000 birds today, valued at 25 million naira. The buyer agrees to pay in 60 days. Let's look at it together. A poultry farmer sells 5,000 birds today. The worth is 25 million naira. The buyer agrees to pay in 60 days. Is this profit or is this cash? Accounting profit, it exists on paper. Actual cash, zero cash, you deal. You are on red for the next 2 months. Is it clear? We can just, because this is actually more like a case study, we can actually deliberate. Anybody, open your mic. Okay, Mustafa Miriam, thank you for that nudge. Says it's clear. A bank that sees that this is the agreement you are having always, we say, thank you very much. We love you, but our audits, our risk will not allow us fund your business because you are tying down your money for 60 days. Loan repayment happens monthly. Commercial banks, all right? They will turn this offer down. Banks do not service debt with paper profit. They lend against accessible cash flow. Write it down in your notes. Don't forget, write it down. Even, like I said, maybe friends, families, and fools, quote and unquote, they can give you money blindly. I love you. I want you to grow. I want you to stand on your own. I want to support you. They can give you money blindly. But banks want to see inflow and outflow. Is moving. Is moving. Can I say, okay, let's fund against, you ask for 50 million. They say, based on what we have seen and assessed, we can only give you 10 million. When you repay, we increase. You repay, we increase, and then you can move on. Let me play rush because of our time. I mean, you can fall back, to the example and, revenue versus operating expenses. Imagine that, let me just quickly maybe touch on it. Your revenue growth is this green line. Your operating expenses is the red one. Do you think this business is profitable or not? I want responses, yes or no. Do you think this business is profitable? I will explain maybe in question and answer time. I'm trying to rush my slides. Pardon me. I actually compounded, just to ensure that we actually give it, time to understand ourselves better. Your revenue, the revenue, total amount of money made. Let me explain. Total amount of money you are making monthly. Let's assume this is monthly. I mean, Q1, Q2. So yeah, maybe quarterly is green. And your operating expenses is the red one. Is this business profitable? Yes or no? I've only seen 2 responses. I want to see more. We are 22 on this call. I want to see 5 more responses. Miriam, okay, profitable. Let me see more. Maybe 5 more and I can proceed. Yes, I think it is. Yes, Miriam, thank you. Miriam, thank you for saying that. Okay, yes, thank you. What was it called? Ademola, yes, I was listening for you. Rashidat. Thank you. People are saying yes. Some are saying no. All right. So let's proceed. The answer is actually yes, because your revenue is growing. If your expenses is more than your revenue, then the business is not profitable. I mean, feel free. We have a community, WhatsApp community, where we belong to. We share on this group, on this course. Can drop the link to you right now. If you are not part of our community, you can actually join. We can take this further. I will break down revenue and expenses or anything that you want me to answer. I will answer in the chat. But this business is actually profitable because your revenue is growing significantly. Your expenses is actually not matching up. That means that the business is actually profitable. The widening gap represents increasing operating surplus, making the business more attractive to lenders. They can now say, this gap now is widening. That means you are doing well. Let's now talk. They will call you. That's the reason why they see that people that are actually making profit already. People now want to say, let me invest in your business because they see that you're already multiplying, what you have in your hands. All right. So I won't take this because of our time. Pardon me. I mean, I will put it on we'll put on our platform and then we can interact. So, what investors really buy? What do they really buy? Write the headings down. Investors don't buy agricultural products or segment or sector or anything. They buy enterprise equity structure, which is your leadership, your systems, governance, very important, market demand, growth trajectory, execution team. Are they diverse? Do they know what they are doing? And governance, board oversight, audit transparency, and compliance, all right? And then I'm sure by now we should know. If you don't know, let me now say again, Bankable business checklists. We have legal and compliance, which is normal CAC, tax, and TIN team, board, governance structure, ownership. I mean, land lease title documents, your warehouse you are leasing. Is there a document to show that because you can lease and the person will say vacate tomorrow after taking 20 million from bank? Where you are not going to go to? So they want to be sure. I mean, agricultural insurance policy, all of these things. And then financial and commercial, audited financials, cash flow projection, corporate bank statement, documents of takers, of taker contract, and then comprehensive business plan. We are rounding up. So now we built something for an agro suite for businesses. It's more like the solution we all need. People have actually embraced it. They are using it right now. Share, you can actually copy the link and share as well for people to sign up. AgroSuite is a solution that we actually come up with. It was one of our products, inside, which is what we used to, see our operations and everything. But now, we now said businesses actually need this. That's why we actually commercialized AgroSuite. Then we share, on this call, the meeting link, the sign-up link. And you can actually follow us on Instagram and, Facebook and LinkedIn and maybe X. Bridging the gap between farmers and finance. There's a dashboard to actually show inventory, expenses, there's chart, there's HR, there's record keeping. You can actually monitor your operations real time. And it's actually mobile friendly. It's just web-based, not even app yet, so that people can actually embrace it. Digital record keeping, financial reporting, real-time farm and inventory tracking, automated cash flow monitoring dashboard, loan application. All these things are there. So better data leads to better decision and greater access to capital. I've seen it everywhere, where I work, where I consult, and all of these things, and my journey as a consultant. And I'm actually willing to share this more with you. So AgroSuite HQ financing journey. We have a farmer who has record. We have disjointed record. You have received PKC, you wrote it somewhere. You have received feed, you wrote it somewhere. Medication, you wrote it somewhere. But this AgroSuite is an all-in-all platform to allow you keep your farm record, business record, sales expenses, sales revenue, everything you want to do, expenses, revenue, inventory, everything. Even HR, people can sign in and sign out as well. Analytics, monthly record, daily record, all these things are actually still there. Report as well. You can build your report. You can send your report. You can upload and download report as time goes on. And then you can actually go to any bank to show them your backend to say, this is what I do. They are willing to jump on, your business and actually support your business to grow. Rounding up now, loan approval with distribution. This is actually not cast in stone, but, financial record is weighty. Financial record, cash flow stability, market evidence, collateral assets, and then governance team. I will just quickly, let me see. I think okay, we're almost done. Let me just quickly okay. All right. Investment readiness roadmap. We have idea, validation, sales. Validate your idea. Now you have to put system, you have to put record, evidence of record, growth, funding, expansion. Never attempt to skip steps 4 and 5. Funding accelerates systems, it does not replace them. As much as possible, bear this in mind. And now our takeaways. If you can open your mic, kindly open your mic. Let's echo the takeaways together. Number 1. What's number 1 takeaway?
Money follows trust.
Money follows trust. Thank you. Number 2, if you can't read, you can type. Number 2 is what?
Trust follows verifiable
verifiable records. Number 3 is what?
Records
follow
professional discipline. Number 4 is what?
Discipline follows leadership
attitude. All right. Don't forget. Thank everyone for participating. Do not forget money, and this is actually a flow. Money follows trust. Trust follows verifiable records. Record follow operational discipline. And lastly, discipline follows leadership attitude. Great businesses become fundable long before they become funded. Let's type this. These are punchline takeaway. Great agribusinesses become fundable long before they become funded. They have put structure in place. Money will now come and say, okay, here we are. And then, they can now get, the money. Let's type it. Great agribusiness or great businesses become fundable long before they become funded. And then, this is actually a lot. I won't be able to take this because of my time. I will just, a typical example, and then let me just see. Okay, so I'm not able to do Slido yet. So let's just, this is the final, thing. Capital rarely chases potential alone. It chases prepared agribusinesses with proven discipline, reliable system, and measurable performance. Thank you, everyone, for having me, for listening all through. Thank you. I apologize for taking your time, but I want to believe it's worth it. So now we can actually take questions, feedback, and comments. So for maybe next 14 minutes, so we can actually round up by 9:30 because of it. Time. We sacrificed a lot. So thank you. And I will still say, the last thing I will say will be, the things Sean talked about, the grants and then the funding. It might not be grants, but it's something. So there's an attendance link that's been shared. Let's fill. Let's join the WhatsApp community and let us know, subscribe or sign up on AgroSuit. So over to you now. Anybody have questions, comments, anything you want me to actually shed more light on before we proceed? Thank you for your time.
A question.
All right, so over to you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Dr. Olaoluwa. This is eye-opener. Thank you. So my question is about financial record keeping. Can't bank statements... Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So can't bank statements, my business bank statement, can't it stand as a record for my cash flow?
I like that. Your bank statement is an evidence, all right, to see the inflow and outflow. But your record shows you your growth. Let me tell you, more like a bank statement, the total monthly revenue, or probably maybe a monthly summary that you get at the end of this month, which is tonight, you get a email from your bank saying you have done maybe 10 million at the end of this month. All right. That 10 million includes the money you pay out. It includes the money you actually received. All right. But if you're actually involved in transactional businesses, which is more like turnover, you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. You can go back and fall back to your bank statement to see the frequency, all right, of your activity. But at the same time, if you have a record of when you bought and the quantity sold, lump sum, your bank statement only shows 10 million paid to maize supplier. How you sold that maize is not broken down in your bank statement. How many tons of maize or your beans was stolen, you can't account for it. You bought beans for production. You bought 20 bags. How many beans remains? You know that all things being equal, you should have 20 bags. But my dear, all things are not equal. Mama, somebody has taken one bowl. One security man has taken one cup. Let me go and cook. I remember keeping, this is a typical example, my own personal experience. We slaughtered cattle when we were still doing beef production. Slaughtered beef, took it to the store. We paid for it, and unfortunately, overnight, generator collapsed, solar went bad. From the store, they called us, come and pick it up the next morning. We looked for a place to go and keep it. We kept it there. When we went to take our meat back, we saw knife at different angles. The attendant has been cooking with our beef. Are you getting me? In the account, I've paid 50,000 naira for storing for a period. I stored 20 kg, but is the remaining still 20 kg. So stock as at the end of the month, you are guessing, you can't account for it. All things being equal, it should be, but is it? I think that's the question mark, all right? That I think should answer your question. If it doesn't, we can take it off from the group, all right? Thank you for that brilliant, and intelligent question. All right, so more questions and comments before we call it a day. More questions and comments. I mean, I think you should elicit a lot of response from people. You can actually type it or something. I'll check the chat and Shion can help me as well. But actually expect more from us. Hello, guys. Too quiet.
Okay, sir. In 5 minutes or less, you can actually go back to the question that you've not, the main reason why agribusiness gets rejected for funds. So we have several comments on that. So you can just share one or two things regarding that.
Okay, that's fine. That's a good idea. Thank you so much. So let me just see if I can go to my message here. So so all my new first timers, let's talk now. First timers in the house, let's interact. I mean, for the OGs, we know ourselves. So, but I'm actually excited that we have a lot of first timers. Okay, over to you. You can go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening,
Yeah.
sir.
Banjo Funsho is my name.
Okay, nice to meet you, sir.
There's this analogy that I've been here for a very long time, that you don't borrow money to start your farm. So I don't know how true is this. So probably if you can just expatiate more for me on this analogy.
Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, the reality, the response is that the answer to that has been said on this call. Let me take you back to show my screen. Let me take you back somewhere here. Give me a minute. Okay, so maybe it's not working. Okay, so the reality is just that, I mean, the levels of funding, all right? We have bootstrapping, personal savings, friends and family, cooperatives, and then microfinance and banks. You can borrow, but who will now borrow you? The reality is that no microfinance will lend you money to go and start what they don't understand. I don't want to say so much on this, because I know it's recorded, all right? Personal savings, I mean, if you want to borrow, who will not borrow you against no evidence? Maybe friends and families can borrow. I can borrow if I have the extra cash to say, I like Mr. Banjo, he's doing well, brainy, intelligent, and everything. Let me support him, loan him this amount of money, all right? But not commercial fund, because commercial fund wants to see traction. What you have done before, what you are doing now, your monthly cash flow, all those stuff is a thing. Don't borrow is just to say that, build yourself, understand it. When you understand it, you know your ups and downs. Okay, let me just call my colleague. I'm sorry I'm putting you on the spot now, Mr. Callistus. Do you want to shed, light? I mean, because we are colleagues, so I know you are ever ready to actually support. So, do you have anything to say, Mr. Callistus?
So, can you just rephrase the question a bit?
Okay, Banjo had said that. Thank you. Banjo had said that, that they always say that don't borrow to start your farm. That he wants to understand why. So in 60 seconds, sir, over to you.
Oh, okay. Don't borrow to start your farm. He wants to understand why.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, don't borrow. You are just starting something. You don't really understand it that much. You have planned. You may even have a business plan and all of that. Everything you are trying to do is based on assumptions. Okay. So, and when you get to the field, the reality, if you have based your plan on assumptions and you now go and borrow, you never can tell what will happen. I always tell people that whatever you have planned, when you start a business, you begin to see things that you did not even imagine were existing in that space. Even if you have sat down with someone who knows about that business and the person has told you, some things about the business, there's no way the person will tell you 100% what is happening yesterday may not be what will happen tomorrow. Okay, so even if that person is telling you what has happened yesterday, when you get to the field, to starting the business tomorrow, some things may have changed. Government can come up with a policy. Competitors can change the dynamics of the ecosystem and all of that. So if you are going to borrow, then you are putting yourself at a higher risk. So for me, it's better for you to start with the little that you have, scale it gradually. In the process, learn and fail and learn and fail, and begin to refine and tweak until you have a model that you know will work. Then you can now go for funding to add to scale up.
Thank you so very much, sir. Banjo, is that clear? So I want to believe it's clear, Banjo, because of our time. So thank you very much, Mr. Kalisto.
Very clear, very clear. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much for your contribution. So I have Elizabeth. So before I take Elizabeth, let me just quickly read, my friends. I can see Rukaya. Rukaya is asking a question that how can Muslims get a commercial funding, non-interest? So Rukaya, do you know Alt Bank by Sterling? Alternative, Alt Bank. Rukaya, you can type, you can talk, you can type. So, Alt Bank is actually there. No, you don't. Oh, okay. So Rukaya, just join the community and ask this question. I will give you the link. I will give you the name, and then, all right, yeah. So the meeting link is actually here. So, all right. So someone raised their hand. You can open your mic and ask your question now.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for your
session.
Good
evening, Elizabeth. Good
yes.
evening. Yeah, thank you.
So my own question is quite personal. So when it comes to niche markets, all these selective, exclusive markets, for instance, maybe something like mushroom farming in Nigeria, that has clientele that are very high end, and all these restaurants that use it for their intercontinental dishes. How do you advise a new taker starts or penetrates that kind of market? Considering the nature of the clientele, they would want to deal with more experienced or international partners of this. So how do you advise a new enters that kind of?
All right, thank you very much for that brilliant question, Elizabeth. So the response is actually simple, straight to the point. Is the fact that number one, just write this down: Etsy Farms, ETTI Farms, Etsy. Write it down, Elizabeth. And if you are not on the group, you can actually join. Just nudge me that the mushroom lady, and I will actually give you the name and probably a contact as well. I will seek her consent before I share a contact. But you can find her on Instagram, and so she actually has a mushroom business in Nigeria, in Ogun State. She's actually gotten some funds and funding. She's thriving. So the reality is that it's just that as much as possible, leverage. You can actually, ask her questions. If she's willing to open up, if she's not willing to open up, just build whatever you have. And we call something minimum viable products, all right? Imagine that you want to supply the likes of Intercontinental, you want to supply Lagos Continental, you want to supply Marriott Hotel, Saffron Hotel, Shoregate Hotel. You can start with Preskin Hotel. Preskin Hotel is everywhere in Lagos. Just saying about Lagos. Go to anywhere you want to. You can go to your neighboring hotel. The little you have, we always say start from where you are. Start with what you have. What do you have in your hand? So go to Preskin Hotel, any 1-star, no-star hotel. Go to them, give them what you have. To say, try this. Teach them how to cook it, all right? Because, it's not actually, a thing now, because then it used to be, but now you actually, it's not, and now it became intercontinental and everything, so pricey and everything. But go to neighboring hotels, show them, educate them on how to cook it, how healthy it is and everything. Create an online platform, Instagram, WhatsApp, X, Snap. educate people on how to have a room like this. Show people that you actually have it. Tag, the hotels you want to supply. And I mean, just do something, all right? Your products can actually go to a minimum customer. From there, their referral or their branches can actually break the market for you. So, but, it's more like starting with what you have and your environment. If you're in Ikeja, in Lagos, I mean, you have a lot of markets in Ikeja. Just go to them. It could be Ileyon, by Paul's, anybody. Just say, I have this product. You want to try it, how to cook it. I mean, I have to go in their kitchen, go for culinary businesses or culinary events where they cook products. Show them, teach them how to cook it. I mean, go for exhibitions, cook it, test, let people taste it. Go for high networking events. People know. They can now say, okay, I have my dinner somewhere. There's Christmas coming, Christmas dinner, wedding, come and serve it, sell to me, supply me. But you actually have to be visible for it to be known and then for your product to be accepted. I think that answers the question a little bit, does it?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Banjo, for for that. So let me just take Sheon, just read any other question from the group. If there's no more anybody to ask any question. Sheon, just feel free to read the question from the group.
Okay.
Any question, yeah.
Okay, so there's this question: what is the main reason agribusiness gets rejected for funds? So people drop comments. You said you were going to come back to that.
Right. So okay. Because I mean, I logged out and then logged back in, so it's not my chat anymore. But I mean, as we can see anyway, we have our mindset, all right. But we can now see that the mindset we have. I'm reading comments now. I've now seen, Mrs. Mag saying that, we came with to the class with Koboko and everything. If you are self-auditing yourself, you now see that if I said commingle my account, or commingling means you have a personal account and you are mixing your business funding with your personal account. That way, if your review, grants, or any application comes to my own desk and I'm seeing more of your funding going to your personal account and your personal account going to your company account, I'll just say this person is not serious. I mean, based on my assessment, I will not give you that grant. So all these things are things that that we have our perception, we think, we feel, but now is your bank structure, your business structured? Is it CAC registered? Is it, do you have tax identification number? Is it compliant? Do you have governance? Do you have board structure? Do you have off-takers agreement? All these things are actually, which we have talked about on this call. I want to believe. So thank you for that. So I think lastly, we can take Idowu and then we can actually have a wrap-up of our meeting. We can continue conversation actually on the chat, and then we can post this video on YouTube, and also we upload the text on our Farms Fortune mentoring platform. All right, so over to you, Idowu.
Thank you, sir. Today. So about the transferring of money from your account, from your business account to personal account. So I do that sometimes because there are some little monies I will have to transfer because of the bank charges. Because I want to avoid the bank charges, I will have to transfer some money to my personal account so that I want to do this 5,000. Because the bank charges. So what about that? Then secondly, very quickly, the person that spoke in another time about assumption, do not basing your plan on assumption or something like that. So now the business we are doing. Okay, now I want to get a loan. I know that in the next 1 month, in the next 2 months, there's probability that I make that money. Isn't that assumption? Even though I'll be doing the business, isn't that an assumption too? With someone that is just starting.
So, Mr. Callistos, I would like to take the second question. Mr. Callistos, confirm if you can hear us. So, yeah, I mean, Mrs. Marvey is already asked, Coach is already answering your question. So, Mr. Callistos, I mean, thank you, Mrs. I mean, so go back to.
Okay, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. So this is an already existing business. So there is already traction. Okay. So once there's traction, you have a history. You've seen your figures. You know the economics, the unit economics of your business, and you have done your analysis, so you are sure you are making the money. And like doctor said, you also have customers that you already working with, and you are sure they make payments, so you can go ahead. But what he said earlier was that he's starting a business. That's my understanding, that he's starting a business. So that's why I said, if you are starting a business, it's not the right thing for you to go and get a loan to start it, because you don't even know what will happen once you get to the market. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you very much, sir. Now, adding to that, though, is the fact that you assume, yours is pure, still assumption, because you assume that you can pay back that money in 2 months. Bank will analyze. I just wish I'm able to come back with my slides. I will now show you the debt service ratio. There are a lot of things, bro, that they will still do to your when they now see, say, the 2 million you think you can make, maybe you can make it, but we are not comfortable giving you that 2 million you're asking for. We can only give you 500,000. All right, based on our own further analysis, you think you are making. Now you can now go versus revenue versus profit. I mean, now we have net profit, we have gross profits. You still have profit after tax. Can I begin to go to other things? So I mean, it's still assumption anyway, because they will subject the application to several trials before they still fund it. And then thank you for that clarification, Mr. Callistus. All right, so everyone, thank you. For this time, it's actually, I mean, more like odd hours from 8 to 9:30 for you are still on this call. So now back to what Sheo had mentioned earlier. We had one of different funders reach out to us to say that, oh, we see what you are doing, you have done, people are watching. You have done 12 months, this thing. So what do people really need? This was the question they actually posed to us. Now, what do people really need? I'm like, oh, I even shared, we had to share the pool, from our engagement to say, they actually said they need finance. I shared evidence, and now, to say that we are even doing a class on finance, for the 12th edition. And then they said that you should put maybe like a pager of the amount of money you need, CAPEX and OPEX. The amount of money you need, capital expenditure, operational expenditure. What do you need it for? How much do you need? Now break it down to CAPEX and OPEX. This is not our business. We are not the funders. We're not direct funders. But I mean, it's actually a trustworthy business that has stood the test of time in Nigeria, and they are willing to support. They reach out to us by them. We have not gone to anybody for grant or for any support. We're only seeking sponsors for an event we are trying to push, a physical event, for fortune. But they reach out to us by themselves to say, what do farmers really need in your network? And we say, okay, we have a community, they need finance. Okay, we are training on finance again. So we now say that, we should actually write what you need, OPEX and CAPEX. Write about your business introduction. I mean, everything you have learned here. I won't be the one to grade it. We don't have power to grade. So don't go and come back and say Farm Fortune is a scam or anything. We are not the ones. Anything you send is only passing through us to them. Their response will be shared to the benefit. I mean, anyone that is qualified, they can now ask you for further, and they are actually financially, their pocket is deep. They are very, 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 very rich. So this just perks of staying on the call for this long. So we can ask further questions on the group for us to benefit. But thank you for joining, and I'm sure you have filled the participation, the attendance form and everything. So over to you, Sheo. Thank you everyone for listening, and I mean we catch up on the group.
Thank you. Wow. It's been an amazing session. Please drop what you learned on the group. I want to see the chat. Let us know what have you gained from this session. Just type it out. It might be one word, it might be one sentence, and the attendance sheet is on the group, and as well on this chat. So if you've not filled, so we can get the detailed capture of everyone that's attended, and we can reach out to you further. So kindly drop what you learn. Just type. Someone said, okay, it's awesome. I want to hear more comments, what you learn. Then ensure you fill the attendance sheet. So once again, thank you everyone for celebrating this 1 year milestone with us. It's been an amazing time. And if you found today's webinar very valuable, please don't keep it to yourself. Invite a friend for our next edition. Join our community. The community link is on the link. So be part of what we do. And conversations will continue there as well. So, and I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Laoluwa. Thank you, sir, for your generosity. Like, thank you for a lot that you shared, even though you could not share a lot within the given time. Thank you, sir, for the practical experience you shared with us. And it has been a very valuable class. And we truly appreciate your contribution to the growth of this community. And to every participant, thank you so much. We have people from Abuja, from Benue State, from Lagos. In case there's another state that I didn't mention or you didn't say, you can also type on the comment section. Let us know which state, or if you are from, if you are not from Nigeria as well, you can also type. Mr. Ido, do you want to say something?
It's actually Ganiyu that raised her hand. Adeola Ganiyu.
Ganiyu, do you want to say anything? You can just kindly quickly say it. You can go ahead if you want to say anything, Ganiyu.
I said I can't find the attendance. Good evening.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You can just type, or we can't hear you.
I can't find the attendance. I'm looking for attendance. I can't find it.
Okay, you said you can't find the attendance. Okay, let me resend it again. If you're on the group, the attendance too is there, so you can as well click and join the group, and also you'll be able to fill the attendance as well. So there's one thing that I would like us to remember that Dr. Lam mentioned, that if you did not take anything from this event today, remember KSA, which is knowledge, skills, and attitude. So, and you should remember that emotion cell produce evidence by credits. So thank you all so much for your time. We would love to hear from you. Please, any other conversation, if you still have questions, and for those that, as the lady that asked question about mushroom, you can indicate that you are the mushroom lady on the community, so that Dr. Ola can answer you. So conversations we continue on the group. So kindly join the community if you've not joined the community. And for our next edition, Farm to Fortune is always last Friday of every month. So please bring someone, invite someone. Then we are on Instagram. You can always check update on our page, like, comment, post, repost, so that somebody in your circle, somebody can be of help, can be benefit. So thank you all so much for your time today. Thank you. Keep learning, keep going, keep innovating, and we look forward to seeing you in our next session. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
All right. So, before we go, I want to say thank you again to Mr. Callistos, my colleague, for joining and for your contribution, for your comments. All right. We don't take it for granted. For Coach Marvel as well. My sister from day one, always joining and always supporting. God bless your heart. And the husband as well. Extend my greetings to him. So good night, everyone. Thank you, everybody. I can't thank everybody enough. Isaac, Nathaniel, Lawal, Idowu, Banjo, Sheung, Ganiya, Demola, everybody. Everybody. Yakub, Yusuf, we always join as well. Rukaya, Detono, everybody. Razak, Malik, Hosseini, Victoria, Emmanuel, everybody. God bless you all. Isaac, hello, sir, obviously. Elizabeth, Ibe, Chinedu, Banjo. God bless you all. Sheung, God bless you. Well done, everyone. Have a good night, rest, and see you very soon. Let's continue our conversation. Bye, everyone.